Okay. Hello, collective. This is Tangy Divine the Conduit. I just want to let you know this is like my second or third time trying to start this video. I really have already shuffled these cards like a bunch, but I want to shuffle them again. The candle keeps going out. The little white candle is behind here. I had to like prop it up and everything. Um, but let's just, without further ado, because y'all know I like doing the talking drum ancestral spreads. I like doing them going into dusk or coming out of dawn. Right now we're going into dusk on Sunday. I think it's like November the 9th or whatever, 2025. So let's just go ahead and get started. God, higher source of light, higher self, angels, ancestors, spirit guides, guides and goddesses of the bloodline. I ask that you please grant me clear and concise messages. Please tap into this protected space. Please let the space around me remain protected. Tap into this protected space so that I may pick up on any messages that you are dishing out, God. I ask that you please allow me to remain a clear conduit. This was at the bottom of the deck after the shuffle originally. Thunder and lightning with power is giving Oya storms from the goddess deck, but we'll see. Um, Please grant me clear and concise messages, God. I'm sorry, I'm just, whenever you see me do that, that's me trying to help keep the candle alive, okay? This one is not having a problem. The sage and the whatever, the sage and the Palo Santo just literally went out. Like, just went out. I might light them again before I start the actual read. But yeah. God, please allow me to remain the conduit of clear messages for the collective and allow them to receive these messages of guidance to move them into the path or move them further along the path that they're currently on for their higher self, God, and to remain connected to you. Mm. So the good thing is, on the original read, or when I first started, I don't want to say the original read because I didn't actually start the read. The candle kept going out. The good thing is, on the original one, there were kids here, which the kids were not a bother or anything like that, but you probably would have heard a lot of it, a lot of them playing because they were playing. But it don't seem like they're here now. So I guess the benefit of that would be that y'all don't have to hear that. But they were sweethearts. Uh oh. Uh oh. Uh oh. Uh oh. Protect the light. Protect the light. Protect the light. Let me stop being goofy. With the Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, and the Five of Cups, and the Nine of Wands. Okay. Hmm. What's the energy down here now? Lots. Chance. Opportunity. Don't be crying over spilled milk and miss no opportunity now. Yeah. You deserve to get that opportunity, so don't get distracted, is what I'm getting. Yeah, with projection and authenticity, yeah, don't get distracted now and fragmented under that, under authenticity. Don't get distracted. With surrender, I said at the bottom, yeah, don't get distracted. All right, so let's get into the read. Grand Rising, who are you, great ancestor? All right, I see that it turned over, but I didn't look at it and I flipped it back over. All right. What do you need from the collective? All right. What ancestral patterns does the collective need to be aware of? What ancestral patterns does the collective need to be aware of? Ooh, that wind. Ooh, then it's turning into nighttime, so you know the wind about to get disrespectful. I just need this candle to burn a little bit more so it can stay lit. What ancestral patterns does the collective need to be aware of? Ooh. Y'all know they can't drive. Don't act surprised. Y'all know they can't drive. All right. Okay, sorry. I'm just trying to make sure I got him in the best spot. Pull this closer. Is it though? It's not giving that. So look, where my wipes at? Throw them on the table too. Shit. Give me some heavy stuff. Cause it's not working. Unless I might need to put the wipes back here. Yeah, that might work a little bit better. Oh, that worked a lot better. All right, I wasn't thinking. My bad. I wasn't thinking. That was my fault. That was my fault. All right, let's get back into the energy. What ancestral patterns does the collective need to be aware about, great ancestor? What ancestral patterns does the collective need to be aware of? God, how you so? There we go. Where's the collective blocked? How can the collective evolve? God, higher source of light. Look, every time I pull God into it, it come out. Oh shit. So two came out. I saw what that second one was though, and I ain't gonna lie to y'all. It's self sabotage. That one right there. So you gotta you gotta work on whatever you're doing to possibly sabotage any opportunities. And remember, I said don't. I I said I forgot exactly what I said, but when I first finished that shuffle, I looked at those energies. I said, don't let don't let something distract you from the opportunity. I forgot exactly what I said now. Which I can go back and listen to it right now, but we ain't going. Cause like I said, it's getting dark. Okay. And what do you most want the collective to know? All right, we got. They said take Now that's the first time we got three for the talking the talking drum ancestral spread, right? And then at the bottom of the deck we have masks. All right, so I don't know if you're wearing a mask or somebody else wearing a mask. Um, the mask can be anything. Like it can either be deceit or it can just typically a mask is a form of deceit. It's some form of deceit. Now, how strong the deceit is just kind of depends on the situation or the person or the group or community involved, right? Um, but masks, when you are going for an opportunity, they can be the thing that kind of makes you not follow through with it. Um, like fear, right? Like fear is a form of a mask, essentially. Anything that can hold you back, whether it be like not being yourself or what have you, like anything like that is a form of a mask. So, um, let's get into it. Baby, y'all know that candle just went out? I ain't about to argue with that thing. I want to light it again, but I really don't want to keep fighting with it. I feel like I keep having to fight with it, and I don't fully understand why. I know it's windy. Obviously, that's the more logical explanation. But like, this isn't the first time I've done a read out here and it was windy. You know what I'm saying? This is the first time that the thing don't want to stay lit for long enough. So let's relight that sage. Let's see if we can get a little bit of burn action and get a little bit more cleansing action. Woo! I wish I had like a some type of cover or something to block this area, this space from all the wind. The wind getting a little disrespectful. Alright, well, we just gonna do it like that. And that'll be the way I can tell if a candle's still lit. And it's blocked mostly. I don't know if y'all can see the glow, but I can see the glow. So that's what's gonna matter today. Alright. So, Grand Rising, Great Ancestor. Who are you? We have. Oh, Katesh with Sacred Lusts. Alright. Now, I'm not super familiar with her. I ain't gonna lie. This is the first time she done came out. So, I'm about to grab the book real quick and see who she is. No, 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 no. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna sit the candle on the lip of that. And that way we ain't gotta worry about that falling again. Let me bring that a little bit closer. Alright. Okay. Okay. So we have now I'm seeing astrology in the background and stuff like that. She's also holding the snake and she's I don't know what type of flower that is, but it's giving fertility and abundance over there in the corner. I'm gonna have to on the cool. What just popped up in my head is Japanese cherry blossom, but I don't think that looks exactly like that. But we'll see if it lets us know what it is on the card description. But one thing I do notice is that your girl is naked. Like, okay, outside of this being sacred lust, your girl is naked. Now, if we're talking about the mask and stuff that's at the bottom of the deck, then of course being naked means you're removing those masks, right? But it's sacred lust. So it's like becoming naked and operating fully in oneself. Even the parts of yourself that you don't necessarily, I don't want to say broadcast to the world, but even those things that you're not truthful about to yourself, right? But sis is standing on top of the lion, and she got two fine ass men over there. Okay, now only one got a stick. Let me see what the other one got. His fist, but they definitely both look like they're protecting her, right? And she's adorned in gold. I mean, they are too, right? Blues and golds and white for purity. For whatever reason, I just heard Big Mama in my head, like that Lotto song or whatever. But I don't even listen to that song. I just know Buku people, whatever, whatever. And then I know at one point the brother that I don't really get down with no more, like talking about it. I know at one point he was like liking that song, and I was like, "Why you like that song?" I didn't understand it. Maybe he had a Big Mama like Lotto. I don't know. I just know at one point he was talking to some girl, and then she was crazy, and then he wound up talking to some other girl, and then he let that other girl convince him to say and do things that he probably should not have done. But that's none of my business. So, but it's not giving me that aspect of it necessarily. And it's number 26, so that's eight. All right, we gonna like I said, it's my first time getting her, so we gonna see. We gonna see what she's talking about as we go through it. All right. But she is very strong within her right though. Like she commanding shit is what it's. I mean that's very apparent from the read, right? She's on top of the lion. She's commanding those two men who are obviously warriors, probably her protectors. But they just letting her do their shit, and honestly, it kind of looked like they're joining in her shit, like they're joining in the fun a little bit. That's what I'm getting. It kind of on the cool. It really kind of feel like she might be fucking both of them, but I don't really know, and I don't. I mean, that's what it's giving me. I don't really know as it pertains to you and your situation, but this ancestral is giving me, even if she's not fucking both of them, she's not opposed to living within her truth, right? Bare breasted, bare ass naked is what I heard. But like not just in the physical sense. Like everything I'm saying is like physical, but this is more than just physical. This is mentally, this is spiritually, this is emotionally, right? In addition to physically, right? Okay. So what do you need from the collective, great ancestor? She needs you to be naked. She needs you to be fully exposed. She needs you to live in your truth, essentially. I feel like we keep getting this, and I don't know who this is for, and I don't know if you like, cause I know my channel kind of new again, so I don't have a whole lot of views right now, but I feel like I keep getting the same energy. So I don't know if it's the same person who's gonna wind up coming to the reader, what have you, or I don't know if it's a few of y'all who need the same message. But essentially, the ancestor that's coming through is full of, she is the embodiment of sacred lust, but what she needs from you is to be fully and completely naked, authentic, fully yourself, the full embodiment of yourself, right? Even those pieces that you are hiding from other people. She needs you to step within your cosmic power, yeah. That's what I'm getting. And desire came up too, but I don't want to keep flipping because I don't want to get lost in the sauce. So yeah. So she needs you to be fully naked. Um, both of them are turned the same way. They're both kind of moving the same way. Her arms are outstretched. Hers are like up and down. She kind of gives the energy of her playing with herself. I feel like I said that in one of the other ones, but both are giving like left to right. I think this is left to right. However you read it, this is number one and this is number two. Both are giving like ecstasy, like in the throes of passion and things like that. So basically, they want you to find pleasure in living within your truth, like because they need you, not they want you. They need you to open up to yourself. They need you to come to yourself, like become one with yourself, is what I'm hearing. Remove any masks or restrictions that you're placing on yourself. And I just heard this a lot of them. Like literally, they just say, and this what they said was, and it's a lot of them. So I don't know who that's for. And this is 26 to 30, so it's going in succession. So that's 8 to 3 though. Hmm. It's nice energy though. The only thing I'm a little confused with, not necessarily confused, but the only thing that's a little throwing me off a little is I feel like it's a decrease in messages. It's like a clean cut. Like before, the messages felt like the messages before felt a little bit more all over the place. This specific read feels a little bit more clean cut, like short, sweet, and to the point is what I'm hearing. So this one might not even be as long. Yeah, this one might not even be as long. Let's see. All right, what ancestral patterns do does the collective need to be aware of? Seasons, and this is card number one. Nana Bukulu, Buluku. Sorry, I completely butchered that. Nana Buluku with seasons. This is what ancestral patterns they need you to be aware of. So, is it the transition? Like, do you? I'm getting. You're either getting stuck transitioning, like you're getting stuck. Not in the middle of the transition. You're getting stuck within the thought or act of the need to transition. Is what I'm hearing. Many times you just you'll see the thing, you need to achieve the thing, you need to remove the mask and get to the thing, get naked and operate within your power, within your actions, within your desires to get to the season that you need to get to. But you're getting stuck. So much so that sacred lust is coming out and telling you that it's okay for you to want these things, right? It's okay for you to want to move within these good seasons. It's okay for you to end these seasons that are of no help to you and that are not for your highest good. It's totally okay for you to end those seasons. You should not be getting stuck in those seasons anyway. Is what I'm getting. Why is this so clear cut? I don't know. This is making me feel now. For whatever reason, this is making me It's making me feel uneasy. Where's the collective block, ancestor? Scarcity, lack mindset, literally. All right. So that's the problem, right? They want you to develop a better hunger for what's to come, a better hunger for the things that they're telling you to do, a better hunger for the path that they're setting you on. It's almost like they're giving you clear cut directions on where you need to go. They just need you to. You ever wait? You ever dated like a an athlete You know how they're hungry for the sport, and then they'll turn around and they'll come back and be hungry for you, kind of. Not kind of, but like a lot, greatly. That's kind of what it's given. They want you to be hungry for the plan, the path, the contract that they have for you. They want you to be more hungry for that than you are for staying within scarcity. This is number three. This is number three too. Well, this is 21 actually, which converts to a three. Yeah, they need you to operate more so within like it's like a burlesque dancer and someone who's living within that, or whatever that contract is, whatever that thing that they're supposed to, like the thing that they're set here to do, however they're set to reach people within that dance or within that avenue or that arena. But this is what you should be showing up as, is what I'm getting. But this is what you're showing up as, and like there's necessarily nothing wrong with showing up like this, but it prevents you from moving within the seasons that they have coming for you, which is why this is actually showing up as an ancestral pattern that you need to be aware of. You're not able, and that's kind of what I was saying, you're not able to like freely move within the seasons that they need you to move through, because you're stopping yourself. You're showing up as a lesser version of what they need you to show up for, as whatever that may mean. So like it'll be like, if you're supposed to be showing up as a stripper, you're showing up as a fully clothed burlesque dancer. If you're supposed to be showing up as a burlesque dancer, you're showing up as like a, or like I don't want to say go-go. Which one usually has less clothes? I feel like go-go had less clothes. So if you were like a go-go dancer, then you'd be showing up as a burlesque dancer instead. You'd be a little scantily clad, but you'd be more clothed than you're supposed to be, type stuff. Essentially, your scarcity, your lack mindset is preventing you from showing up in the fully authentic way that they need you to show up. That way that they prepared your traits and your characteristics and the your lifestyle and your personality. They need you to fully show up as that. Like there's a reason that they gave you all of those characteristics. There's a reason that they gave you that specific personality, right? There's a reason that they bestowed all of those plans upon you, those contracts or whatever contract you have. There's a reason that they bestowed that specific contract upon you, because there's something that you need to accomplish. However big or small it may be, there is something great that needs to be done. And it's going to impact more than just you. It will impact your bloodline. It will impact your community. It will impact your family and your friends. But they need you to show up and show out, is what I'm hearing. They need you to show up and show out, which is why they need you to show up as this and not as this. She cute, but she looked confused. She looked confused. There's the sun and the star. She looked confused and burnt out. To be honest, to me, let me see. I'm not gonna say confused. She looks burnt out and angry. She looks burnt out and angry. So you operating in not within the contract or the path that they need you to operate in, or the path that they need you to walk, it's also preventing you from showing up as your best self. I feel like I said that already, but like in the sense of like you may be showing up a little bit more angry. Like emotionally, you're not as tethered, or not as, you're showing up as not as healed as you actually are emotionally, because somewhere along the lines you're getting stuck within the transition. You're not fully making it to where you need to make it to. So, um, and you're getting stuck in, like I said, that scarcity, like, ugh, la 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 la. Please bring me my words, God. You're getting stuck in that scarcity mindset, right? They don't want you to get stuck up in that. Because these two, they don't look like they stuck. They look like they here to bring the pain. I forgot. I feel like that's a wrestler term or whatever. I'm sorry. I'm a little bit older. I haven't watched that in a long time. I still like wrestling, but I haven't watched it in a long time. And I don't think whoever said that, if anybody there said it, or is there anymore. But essentially, they look like they're ready to start some shit. And The ancestors, your ancestors need you to be ready to start shit, but not like this. They look like they're ready to burn shit down to start shit. That's not, see, like burning shit down to get shit going is it essentially like ugh, going scorched earth is not conducive to where they need to bring you. And if you burn the earth, then how are you going to harvest? So, whatever this is about, going scorched earth, I don't know why I can't say that word because I know that word. Going scorched earth is not the way to go, right? Operating within that lack mindset is not the way to go. So, they need you to come up out of that because the seasons, with that transition between seasons, you're stuck in like the desolate season, but that season has passed already. That season of scarcity is gone. That season's gone already. And so they need you to move like it's gone. They need you to free yourself and move like it's gone. Because it's gone. Those chains and those constraints, they're no longer there. It's just mentally or emotionally, um, they're still there for you. But they're telling you no, those are no longer a factor. And now I understand why self sabotage came up right there because we didn't even get to that yet. Right? Well, we're there now. How can I evolve? Stop self sabotaging. Get out of the mindset of self sabotage, right? Whatever actions, whatever non actions that you're doing that causes you to self sabotage, you're asking you to come out of that. Because the seasons are changing, right? We have manifestation here as well for how can you evolve. They're saying stop self sabotaging and start back manifesting, or stop self sabotaging while you're manifesting because again, it's not conducive. It's like counter intuitive, counterproductive actions towards each other, right? They cancel each other out. Yeah. So while you're you can't manifest while you're also self. I mean, you can manifest while you're self sabotaging, but you know what you're gonna get? Scarcity. It's not gonna come. Your manifestation's not gonna come through how they need to, or how you feel like they need to, or how your ancestors need them to. Because remember, any kind of contract that they have for you, anything that you're set to do here, any plan that they have for you, everything's for like not even just your highest good, but for the highest good of your bloodline, right? Generations. Not only the generations before you will be impacted, but the ones that come after you will be impacted. And those are the ones who are going to be impacted more greatly. And that's why our ancestors are really calling us to do certain things and, you know, go through things with fine tooth combs and make sure we're crossing our T's and dotting our I's with a fine pen and things like that. Because the work that we're doing now is about more than just us, right? It's about those people who are coming after us. It's about making sure that they're good. Some of us were blessed to come up in family generations or bloodline generations in which people before us were able to do certain types of work to free us of certain other things. So certain things we don't even have to go through, while others, other bloodlines, they have to go through those things, and that doesn't make, for the people who have already gone through and healed certain aspects of the bloodline, that doesn't make them any better than any bloodline that hasn't yet. That just means they just have a leg up. But if you're a part of the collective, all those bloodlines have to work together anyway. Like, my bloodline got to work with your bloodline and things like that. You'll notice that when you have plans, the plan rarely ever includes just you, or rarely ever includes just your bloodline, right? It's usually you working with other people. And so when those things get accomplished and those plans come to fruition, what happens? Every bloodline that's a part of it is affected in the best possible way, right? In the most positive ways, right? So we have to make sure that we're not self sabotaging, especially not while we're trying to manifest, right? Because we want to make sure that those things come through as they should, not that they get stuck, because we don't want to get stuck in seasons of scarcity, right? That's crazy. I knew that was. All right, y'all, it's dusk, so the wind about to pick up, but we almost done. And that Ace of Pentacles flew over here by the Sacred Lust. So I'm just, there's some type of opportunity coming. There's some type of opportunity coming, some contract you're a part of, some plan that you're a part of, and like the plan is moving, and I don't want to say it's moving slowly. It's chugging along. Is what I heard. The plan is chugging along. Whatever plan you're a part of, whatever contract you're a part of, it's chugging along, and it's chugging along just fine. But there are just certain things that they need you to fine tune. Right? Think of it like an assembly line is what I'm getting. It's the plan or the contract is coming down the assembly line, and it's a certain point when it's going to come in front of you. The plan of the contract is going to land in front of you, and you are required to put on the part, right? You are required to add the piece that you are required to add. And every hand, every soul, every entity, every energy that touches that thing that's coming down the pipeline, that's coming down that assembly line, once it's completed, once you guys complete that action and do completely put together that item, that plan, that contract, that season, that whatever this outcome is for everyone who has a hand in it, once you guys fully pull it off, everybody's gonna be, every bloodline attached to it. Like every hand that touches this project, there's a bloodline attached to that hand. So every bloodline, every hand will be affected positively, greatly, like monumentally is what I'm hearing, exponentially. All right, ancestors, what do you most want the collective to know? Now we did get 3 cards for this one. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know what to expect. Okay, we got Wounded Healer, Joy, and Secrets of Ill. 15, 16, and 36. That's crazy. So them two went in succession from Wounded Healer to Joy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So they need you to move out of this Wounded Healer. Now I told y'all. I feel like see, this came up for every reading, so this, they gotta be continuations, and I hope that this is reaching somebody, and reaching the people in the collective, or the pieces of the collective that it's supposed to. The different caveats and compartments of the collective, because we all have different, like, different things we're supposed to do. Excuse me, to heal the collective, to make the collective better, to move everything along, right? But when the healer keeps coming out, and so what I have for what they most want you to know is, because it's gone in succession, right? It goes from wounded healer to joy. So once you move out of now, I'm sorry, the wounded healer, as I stated when it first came out for the first one, it gives me 5 of Pentacles energy, but it also gives me 9 of Wands. So it's like you're left out in the cold, but you go from being left out in the cold. Let me slow down. You go from being left out in the cold to essentially that 9 of Wands energy is what I get from Wounded Healer. So if you are going from, like, 5 of Pentacles to 9 of Wands energy to joy energy, which this is giving me 3 of Pentacles, right? Working together. Oh, look at that baby. Oh, she's holding a baby. So what I'm getting is you go from being in this, I left out in the cold, wounded healer energy to nurturing, right? So you're actually moving into the nurturing of this energy, or this contract, or this opportunity. You do make it's, what is given is they have faith. Either they have faith, or they already have seen that you're going to move from this energy into this energy. You're going to successfully move or navigate to where they need you to be, and then it leads into secrets being revealed. So what I'm giving with that is like Akash. What's wrong with my words today? Akashic records. But you know what though? I have watched a few other readers today, and almost everybody today had something on, today and yesterday. Something was going on with their words, whereas their words were escaping them. They weren't coming out right, and things like that. So I don't know what's going on. And I think each one of those readings I saw was a collective reading. I think. I think. So yeah, so what is given is they have faith, or they've already seen that you're going to move out of this 5 of Pentacles, 9 of Wands, wounded healer energy into this joyous energy, this 3 of Pentacles. I'm also hearing 3 of Cups, but I don't see anything that signifies the cups. But there's something about this baby right here, this baby growing. This is baby actually represents Earth, right? Because it's green for the hair, like the mom, green hair. But the body of the baby, it's brown like us, but it's also blue and green like the sea, like the, like the like the vegetation, like it's given both the sea and vegetation. So let me see if I could put it up so you could see it better. Oh, I I think you'll see it better like that, maybe. I'm trying not to get the glare, but it's not really working. But yeah, that's the baby right there. And that's their hair. But yeah, okay. So so it's given that they want you to know that as soon as you move out of this Five of Pentacles, Nine of Wands energy and into this moment of joy, operating fully within your truth, like being your complete naked self. Um, this Ace of Pentacles keeps flipping off. Um, Operating fully within the sacred lust that they have. Fully within your authenticity is what I'm getting with that sacred lust. Like that's literally all I'm getting with that. Like it could be sexual energy, but that's not what I'm getting. I'm getting like within your authenticity, especially because mask is at the bottom. Especially because naked came out in slot two with what do the ancestors need from the collective, right? They need you to be fully transparent. They need you to be fully within your authenticity. They need you to be naked. Here go that Ace of Pentacles flipping again. Let me say that right there. But essentially, that's what I'm getting. That they need you to operate within. Um, they need you to operate fully within your authentic and true self. And the outcome is secrets revealed. But when I'm getting for secrets revealed, I'm getting like fully exposing because it goes from mass to secrets revealed, right? It goes from sacred lust to secrets revealed, from scarcity to secrets revealed. So what I'm getting is not like necessarily a secret. If it's a secret, it's something more like your akashic records. Like I said before, right? You're getting the information as it pertains to that, not just for you, but for other people that's connected to you, right? And maybe it's just a few of you are getting the information from your akashic records, and then you're able to pull that information together and then create whatever this thing is. Because also there is this lightning bolt down here in the back, and once you move out of this energy into joy, then that's the idea. That's the manifestation coming to life. That is the end. I don't want to say the end all be all, but essentially this is you birthing that thing that's being covered, that thing that's being hidden, right? Whether it be like an actual opportunity that becomes uncovered once you move out of this energy into the energy that the ancestors need you in, um, whether it's an opportunity you're creating for yourself, you're creating for others, or someone else is creating for you, is what I just heard. So it's definitely got a lot to do with opportunity. And if you notice, we have nothing but pinnacles up here, right? She got pinnacles all up in her hair, it's adorning her hair, and they're gold. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's like planets or whatever, but no, those are pinnacles, right? Not to mention the moon over here in the corner. That's not the moon. That's one of the planets, but then I didn't even see this one. But this one's golden looking. That one's like a little reddish orange, so that's probably like Mars or some shit like that. But don't judge me. I don't know. Like I know about the planets, but I don't know enough to know which planet look like what. I just know the one that governs me is of abundance and luck and all that good stuff, and it's got rings on it. That's all I know about the planets. And that Pluto not a planet no more. That's about as much as I got, y'all. But and one other thing that I'm noticing too, it goes from six. So, like I say, this is 15 and this is 16, but this is number 36. So, it goes from six to seven to nine, and nine is already here with manifestation up here. Self sabotage is 24, and that gives us six. And both of the candles went out. Both of them went out. Both of them. I can try and light them again real quick, but we almost done anyway. Both of them, baby. They was like, what? They was like, we out. Okay, we got one. We might just have to do with that one. Because even the one that's covered went out already. Yeah, that one out. But I kind of want to try and light it again. Y'all don't judge me, okay? Do not judge me. I like having the candles lit when I'm doing the reads. It enhances the energy. It definitely enhances the energy. But this Palo Santo don't want to light. Oh, but it lit it back though. All right, I think that's actually gonna be better. I think that's gonna be a better one for it, cause it don't look like it don't look like it's trying to go out. Okay, so all right, now we have to get the readings, the divinations for each card, and then we're gonna get our talking drum ancestral key. Where's my divination? Ooh, excuse me, y'all. Oh, I'm so sorry. That was so gross. All right, first we have Katesh, goddess of sacred lust from Egypt. Katesh means the mistress of the gods. She is the Egyptian goddess of sacred sexuality, ecstasy, and fertility. Her two men, yes, I told y'all it looked like they was hers, are the fertility god Min and Montu of the god Min and Montu. The fertility god Min and Montu, the god of war. So fertility and war. I told y'all these women look like they willing to go to war too. I did tell y'all that. I did tell y'all that, but they also said, it was something against not burning those bridges. Not burning shit, scorched earth, no scorched earth, right? No scorched earth. So what I'm getting is, because the other one is a fertility guide, so they're saying grow more, but not like grow within, like, okay, obviously grow within like yourself, like grow more like that, but that's not the grow that they're talking about. And that white candle just went out again, so I'm not about to light it again. But they're not talking about like growing more within yourself. Like, yes, they want you to do that as well, but with the growth that they're talking about is you want to plant seeds versus like pull pull them up out the earth, right? You want to plant them instead of pulling it up out the earth. You want to earth them instead of unearthing them is what I'm hearing. But the seeds that you're planting are more than just your own, is what I'm hearing. You are an erotic creature. You have a divine right to experience sexual, sensual ecstasy. It is sacred to give and receive pleasure. You deserve to feel good. It feels good to feel good. So allow yourself to feel good. Lean into your sacred lust. Turn up your own fire and quench your thirst. Dance with pleasure. You daring to embrace your sensuality will set the world on fire. Here we go with setting shit on fire again. But they want you to do, okay, so what I'm getting is they want you to set it on fire in the way that the fire catches, right? Because there's good fire. I don't want to say it like this, but I'm going to say it like this. Because this is what was coming out. There's good fire, and then there's less than favorable fire. I don't want to say bad fire. There's less than favorable. So even in life, like we set certain things on fire sometimes, but it's like for a reason, right? Sometimes you burn garbage to kind of like prevent it from like the garbage from taking over the area, right? So although we're actually burning it, it actually has a benefit, right? There is a benefit to fire. They don't want you to go scorched earth. They don't. Why do I keep fucking that up? They don't want you to go scorched earth. That's not the type of fire that they need from you. There's a time and a place for it, and it's not there. See, that's why I think that this young lady in the back, the older one, she looks like she's the scorched earth lady. This lady right here look like she the only thing stopping that lady from fucking shit up, right? And so this is like, I don't want to say that's not your higher self because it's like a form of your higher self, but this is like your higher self in the sense that she's like, yeah, how am I getting this? It's like a, what is this that I'm seeing? I'll say it like this: you ever had an argument somewhere, and it's you and somebody else, right? And then like the argument don't even really start with you. It don't even really start with the other person. Let's say hypothetically, right? The argument is solely because somebody else started something, or somebody else wasn't paying attention, or something like that. In some type of way, you and who you're with, probably an older person, y'all get dragged into like the energy of being upset with the person. And you might not be as upset with the person, but it kind of triggers a little back and forth, right? Imagine if this older lady was the one who was like a boxer. And even though she's an older lady, like she's a boxer, the person who y'all are arguing with is not. They are not. For all intents and purposes, they are not a boxer. They might not even be a fighter for real. They could be a fighter, but they're not as good as her. Right? You could not even be the fighter. Or if it's just you and someone getting into it, there are two versions of yourself. And you're showing up as like the experienced fighter in the background, shielded by yourself, also yourself, because you're the experienced fighter in the background, but you're also. So this would be like the wounded healer in the background, right? But they're wanting you to show up as this version, right? Like yes, you're still the wounded healer, but like you're the Phoenix version of the wounded healer. Does that make sense? Like you're like kind of like the more healed version of the wounded healer. Like you're that, what's that saying? I hear it a lot and I'm so mad that it's escaping me right now. But it's essentially like that saying that kind of gives the air of like, oh, you think I'm bad now, but you don't know who I was before. Or you might want to stop because you don't really want it for real. Because, like, you don't know what I'm really about for real. That's kind of what this is giving. You're showing up, like, if this were an argument, you're currently showing up as this person who is not going to go scorched earth, right? They use the fire to stoke and to inspire and things like that. But they can also go scorched earth. They don't want you embody both of these people, but they don't want you to embody that one. They need you to embody this one. That version of yourself for now. Because the one in the back who can go scorched earth, that leads to scarcity. Versus the Phoenix version of that person in the background. The Phoenix, the more healed, the wounded healer evolution of that version of yourself can use fire to inspire, is what I'm hearing. Can use fire to like for good, not necessarily for bad, right? It's the type of fire that, like I said, burns the trash so the trash isn't just abundant on earth and just laying and just, you know, impeding every space and nook and cranny and stuff like that, right? That's the type of fire they need you to represent. Okay, Mami Wata. Mami Wata and her sisters live in the Ikpoba River in Benin City, Nigeria, but the ancient mermaid goddess is her own global pantheon. Mami Wata influences emotions and gives her followers. Oh, I'm sorry, I read it too fast. Mami Wata influences emotions and gives her followers with clairvoyance and healing powers. Did I read the? Hold on. Let me go back because I feel like I didn't read the divination, the declaration for Katesh. All right, just to recap, the declaration for Katesh is it feels good to feel good. You can set the world on fire in a good way, is what I'm getting from this card. It feels good to feel good is the declaration, and I'm saying instead of going scorched earth, you need to embrace the fire of sensuality and set the world on fire, but in the healed way, not in the scorched earth way. That's what I'm getting, right? So back to Mami Wata. Mami Wata influences emotions and gives her followers with clairvoyance and healing powers. Hide no more. The emotional nakedness you avoid is your superpower, not your shame. And I said that. It's something that you're not it's something that you're not something that you're withholding. Something that you're not growing through is what I'm getting. You're staying behind the mask, but they want you to come out of that mask, right? You're not. If you're behind the mask, you can't grow through the thing, right? You can't set the good fire. The only thing you know how to do is scorched earth, because if you're behind the mask, you can't ever heal, right? Um, Being emotionally naked means being vulnerable enough for the real you to shine through. Vulnerability is a strength, not a weakness, which is why they need you in the healed space of um, the healed version, right? The wounded healer, they need you in the more healed version of that. Practice being transparent. Start with the people closest to you. Say, I haven't been showing the whole me, but I am starting today. Have the courage to feel and express your feelings without people pleasing, right? Speak your truth, share your story, cultivate an appreciation for vulnerability in others. Become comfortable with feeling uncomfortable and making others uncomfortable. Goddess declaration, I have the courage to be vulnerable and to move from out of this mask. And that's what they need you to do. Sacred lust, they need you to be vulnerable. They need you to be exposed, right? They need you to be exposed. All right? All right, let's go to scarcity. I'm going to try and be quick, y'all. I'm trying to be as quick as I can, actually. Oh wait, scarcity is not the next one, is it? Nah, seasons is the next one. Nana Buluku. Nana Buluku is the most high supreme being, primordial mother, grandma of all the Orishas, deities, and Dahome's wise woman, herbalist, and healer. You have entered a new cycle that is very old. Allow yourself to become present. Becoming this is under what ancestral patterns does the collective need to be more aware of, and this is saying become more present, right? Trust in divine timing. Don't be in such a hurry. Take that time to heal, is what I'm getting. There are no shortcuts here, right? Are you ready for a new beginning? You are in or entering a new season that will force you to evolve, that will force you to come out of that mask, to get naked, right? To go from scorched earth to like the more healed version of growing with intention by fire, right? The phoenix, like I said, growing with intention by fire, the phoenix. Are you ready for a new beginning? You are in or entering a new season that will force you to evolve. This is a time of major transition. You are not stuck. You are holding on to old patterns. I said something about being stuck in a transition, right? Change can be terrifying. Allow yourself to be mentored. When you choose a new path, you are ripe for self sabotage. A commitment test from the universe may pop up to delay this new pathway. Stay the course. Your time is now. The goddess declaration is I am limitless. All right, now we can go to scarcity. I know I'm reading kind of fast, y'all, but this win is straight disrespectful. Straight disrespectful. Sukuyant. Sukuyant. Beauty by day and hag by night. What did I say? The hag is the one going scorched earth, right? The beauty is the one that's in that wounded healer energy, but like the aspect of the wounded healer that has like already completed the healing, the required healing. Yeah. I'm mad that they called her a hag. I have to look it up. Okay. Beauty by day and hag by night. The Sukiyant is an energy vampire, also known through the diaspora as Old Higu and Boo Hag. Oh, whether energy or blood for vampires, there is never enough to go around, which is why they want you to move out of this energy. Because if you're in this energy, if you're in the Boo Hag energy, you're in Scorched Earth. They don't need that. Scorched Earth ain't gonna do. It's not gonna give them what they need. If you're in scorched energy, if you're in buhag energy, you cannot properly manifest, right? You're in self sabotage energy, and that's what came out up here, right? These are the two cards that came out up here, right? Sukuyan scarcity is where you're blocks. So because you're in the woe is me, it's like you're stuck in that five of cups energy. That's crazy because the and it's right here. Cause remember, I kept saying the ace of pentacles kept flying. It kept flying, and I moved it and I put it right here. Right, I put it here. The ace of pentacles is up here. The page of pentacles, it then flew, and now I gotta find it because I think it flew on the floor, and I really hope it didn't fly far because it's on the ground right now. And I remember when it flew, but I didn't even think nothing of it. But that's crazy because the very next card was the Five of Cups, and I spoke about that earlier. So it's crazy that those two cards flew off. The Five of Cups never flew off. And for me to come here to this card and to read this information on this card just for it to say basically that this is Five of Cups energy, and that's the one that's on the bottom of the card. That's the energy. Look, I'm dropping shit. Now I don't know where neither one of them cards went. Oh shit. But I gotta get them before they go flying and they disappear. So hold on. All right, I got that one. Now I gotta find the other one. Baby, that card, not the card gone. Baby, that card is gone. That Page of Pentacles card is gone, and I'm gonna have to look for it over here, but it is not here. That's crazy. Whoa! Y'all, one of my cards just flew all the way across. Hold on.